Good evening and welcome to this evening's stream. So, slight technical issue. As soon as I was about to hit go live on OBS, I hit go live on YouTube and it decided to crash my OBS for me. So, always a good start to the stream. So, I'm hoping everything works. But good evening, everyone. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed your weekend or enjoying your weekend, whatever it might be. I'm just getting set up on a couple of other things, so just give me 1 second. I think we're good there. Yep. Okay, I think we can get started. So it's been a fun week this week. We finally had a couple of hardware releases, one that we knew a little bit about and one that you haven't heard about before. But yeah, or I guess you might have, I don't know, did you see snippets of the UWC? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, we have seen the Cloud Gateway Industrial, which I have just here. So we'll have a little chat about that shortly. I don't have the UNAS Pro yet, but yeah, hopefully that will arrive at some point. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a review done on that one at some point. There we go. Let's put that on silent. We don't need that. Let's have a little look. So not all the messages came through. So I'm just going to quickly go across and I'm just going to bring this up on a full screen. If this works, is this going to work? Nope, that's not going to work. So, because it's not the actual pop-out window. Let me get the actual pop-out window. Pop out. There we go. So I don't normally do this like this, but hopefully you can still, can you see me? No, you can't see me. There you go, now you can see me. Let's have a look. So, so Zed Gamer, hello from Monty's Tea Room today. Finally escaped Cody's basement. For those of you that might not know too much about that joke, you can head over to Cody's Discord and you'll know exactly all about what that's all about. But yeah, good evening. Hey, Clay from DPC. We have a couple of celebrities with us. We have Cody here and we have Clay with us. So welcome to the stream. Cyber Army, good evening. Vasil, how you doing? Good evening. It's me XT. Hello from Central Texas. They really need to sort this handle thing out. Like, it's really annoying. What else do I have on here? What do we have on here? Do we have buttons? Do we have buttons? Where do we get to? It's me. Yeah, hello from Houston, Texas. Hello from Dallas, Fort Worth. If they ever host the Unify thing in Texas, we'll take it. But yeah, I would be honored. That would be very nice if I can make my way over there. That would be good. And yeah, feel free. We can go out. There's no worries. As much as I've complained in the past, I'm happy to say I've ordered and received the UNAS 4. Okay, cool. Not installed yet. Yeah, I think a lot of people have. I think it's actually still in stock. Actually, let's have a. Is it still in stock? Store.ui.com. Let's have a look. So we have. Oh no, it's sold out in the US. I tell a lie. I've told some lies. No, it's sold out in the EU. UK. Are we still in stock? Oh, well, it's still in stock in the UK. So anybody in the UK that is still wanting to buy one, I will very shamelessly shortly put my affiliate link in the comments. So if you want to purchase it, feel free to use the affiliate link. I don't think it made it to Canada. I think it's still coming soon. Yes, I think it's it didn't quite make it there yet because I think because it just about qualifies for free delivery. That's probably why they haven't put it there yet. I'm joking. I don't know if that's the actual reason as to why they've done that. But anyway, let's have a little look. Let's see if we can go back to our normal comments that we have. There we go. Cody, good afternoon or good evening. What else do we have? I bought the UNAS Pro and it's coming on Thursday. Tell me something Tell me something nice about it. Otherwise, I'll send the package back. Something nice. It's a 1U rack-mounted NAS unit that everybody has been asking for, probably for the past 12 months or since the UNAS Pro was released. Everybody has been asking for the 1 bay, or 1U, whatever you want to call it. And it's finally here. So yes, feel free to go and purchase it. And let me very shamelessly put my affiliate link somewhere if I can find where to put it. It will be on here, and it will be. Ooh, I don't have it on here. Do I? Do I not? Let me see if I can find an affiliate link. No, I'm doing this on a really small window on this side, which isn't really working out well. Let's paste that in here. And for those of you in any other country, this will redirect you to your local store. So don't worry too much about it being a US link. It will redirect you to the UK store. So don't worry there. So that's the first shameless plug. There'll be another one coming soon. Don't worry. Where did we get to? It is fast, and the $499 price is right. Yeah, I sort of agree with that, with what Clay's saying there. For the price and for what it can do, it's 4 drives, so there's going to be a limit in terms of what you can put through it. But it does have the NVMe cache, and yeah, and it has the 10 gig networking. I don't think this has the dual redundant power supplies. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the dual redundant power supplies, but it has the RPS if you have one of those. My weekend is starting tomorrow. Hold on. Sorry, I need to move this window out of the way because I can't see something in the back. Excuse me. My weekend is starting tomorrow evening. Thankfully, the UK weather is getting better. Yes, I did see we are getting into the early teens, which is good weather for this time of year. Knowing that it will probably turn very quickly and then go back to being cold again. So yeah. Hopefully, Ubiquiti will surprise us with a UWC in Texas in 2026. I'm sure if they actually probably watched this stream and they saw the amount of people asking for it to be in Texas, maybe they might consider it. But I didn't mind Miami, but I wouldn't mind another location in the US if I was to travel over again. So yeah, I'm not really fussed. But yeah, wherever it's going to be, I'm sure there's a lot of you that would attend if it was in Texas, by the sounds of it. Is it really worth spending $499 on the UNAS Pro when you can spend a little bit more and get more bays? It really depends on your use case, right? I mean, I'm not saying this is the only reason, but if you have a limited amount of space in your rack and you only have one U, the UNAS Pro 8 I think has a slightly bigger depth. So again, size is an issue for this. It could be an issue for this to make sure you have enough depth. And in terms of just generally, yes, if you wanted the more bays at the moment, if you are able to fill all 8 bays, I'm sure the extra few $100s for the NAS isn't going to make a difference given the prices of the drives at the moment. So they are a little bit crazy. So I'm sure, no doubt, if you can afford to fill all 8 bays, yeah, I'm sure a few $100s isn't really going to hit you. Maybe I'll finally run my power and install from my UDB. Maybe I'll finally run power and install my UDB Pro and G5 PTZ in the back garden. I'd be not interested. I know it's going to work, but I'd be interested to see how that would work, and what the latency is like with running something like that. So let me know if you do get it set up. Yep, I agree with Black Jedi. Do hit the like button. How many of us are there? I haven't even looked yet. Let's have a look. Stream settings. So there is 36 of you already and 11 likes. I'm sure we can get that number a little bit higher. I'm sure we definitely can. The panel antenna Ultra, can you use it for the U7 Pro outdoor? I think that panel is only for the Swiss Army knife. I don't think you can use it on any other unit, but I am about to have a look to see. Where is it? Let me just search for it. If I can type. Panel antenna. Yeah, so if you have a little look on here, you'll see that they have two. They have an omnidirectional antenna, which is the two antennas that stick out on top, and then they have a directional antenna, which is going to give you it's interesting that they have that same sort of directional pattern, and they don't actually show the direction of what that looks like. But it seems like the directional antenna, which is the panel one, the panel one only fits the UK Ultra, and the omnidirectional one, there's only one that fits for both of them, which is the UK Ultra. I mean, there is this one, which is the AC mesh, which you can buy the directional antenna for as well, but that's for a different model. That's for that one. But if you wanted the directional one for the Swiss Army knife, that's the only one that's compatible for it. Go with the UNAS Pro 8 if you can afford the $300. Large file performance is much better. Yeah, so Clay's done some testing on both of them, so no doubt, if you are looking to move large files, then the UNAS Pro 8 is probably going to be better for you. Tech Talk and Tech Unboxed, how you doing? Good evening. Question. My camera are set to record continuously. Why do I still have very short clips, sometimes stopping when the action is still going on? I don't have a recording that is up to, say, 2 minutes. I think that is just within the settings. Let me just bring up my Unify Protect so I can have a look at the settings. And as always, I need to log back in. Wonderful. Let me have a quick look to see what the settings are. I can't remember it off the top of my head, so don't know why that came up. Bear with me, sorry. I still have an internet connection. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I digress. There's I just had a pop up anyway. Let's have a look at the settings. So I know when you click on a specific camera and you're looking at the settings themselves, there is something around timing for recording when you're doing events only, but I can't remember where it is. There was some timings for motion events. I'm trying to remember. That was motion events, yeah. So you can record a certain amount before and after. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't have an answer for that one. I don't know if anybody else in the comment does, but in the chat does, sorry. But no, I don't actually have an answer for that one. Why would you only be getting a certain moment and not while it's still going on? I'll try and post that one to the community forums on Ubiquity's site to see if there is an upper limit. I've not heard of one before, there being an upper limit with motion detect or event-based detection recording, but it might be worth posting it on there and seeing what someone else might say, or if anybody else has had that issue. Let's close this. No worries. Happy to help where I can. What chance do you think there is going to be an updated UDM SE this year? Oof, that's a tough one to answer. I'm not sure if there is going to be an updated one. I'm sure, no doubt, they probably may update it, but when that will be, what that looks like, and what it's going to be. I mean, there was stuff that was mentioned in Miami at the UWC, which unfortunately I can't really say too much about. But yeah, I'm not quite sure when that one is going to be coming. So if you are looking to buy one and there's something that does the job for you at the moment that's going to see you through, purchase that one. I would go ahead and buy it. If you're really not in a rush, you could be waiting a month, you could be waiting 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. I don't know what that looks like. The UNAS Pro supports hot swappable, so in scenarios if you have mixed drives and want to change with similar drives, the UNAS Pro supports hot swappable. So in scenarios if you have mixed drives and want to change to a similar what are the options? Depending on what sort of RAID setup you have, you may be able to swap the drives out one by one and then get those updated bit by bit. I know if you have a mix of drives like 10 and 8 terabytes, if you're able to lose a drive per se, you can swap that one out and then upgrade that one, and then one by one let the RAID rebuild again, swap it out, let the RAID rebuild. I think that would probably be your best option if that's the kind of setup you've got at the moment. The U7 Outdoor already has a similar integrated antenna, if not better. My UK Ultra gives me 80 megabits down, 100 megabits, 80 megabits down. Wait, hold on. My Ultra gives me 80 megabits down at 100 meters down the street with a couple of cars parked in the way. My ISP is 280. So, yeah, I guess you can't complain with those sorts of speeds, I guess. Let's get to the point. Cloud Gateway Industrial and the rest of the lineup teased in the video. Yes, I was going to have a little look at that. It does look quite interesting. So let me flick over to the screen. So if you haven't seen already, this is my Cloud Gateway Industrial video. I'm sure you already have seen it, or maybe you don't want to watch it, but if you do want to watch it, let me give you the link to that. Yeah, there you go. You can have a little look at that if you want to take a look. Oh, where's my window gone there? Oh, there it is. Anyway, so yeah, you can have a little watch of that video if you want. But we'll talk about that in just a few moments. But I wanted to have a look at Ubiquity's video. So in their video, and I have no doubt I'm going to get adverts. Yep, gotta love adverts. So in their video where they showed the industrial lineup, trying to see where it is. Was it right at the start? Did I miss it? Yeah, there we go. It's right at the start. So there was a little. Let's see if we can pause it in time. So that was the Cloud Gateway Industrial. There looks like some switches. So I don't know how they are mounted or whether they're on a DIN rail mount or what that looks like. I'm not quite sure, but there looks to be 8 ports and 4 SFP ports, 2 SFP ports on this one, 2 on this one, 2 on this one, and this one looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ports there. Ooh, don't want to see that. So yeah, not quite sure what these are going to be all about, but yeah, there seems to be, and they seem to be some fatter units as well. So I'm not quite sure, what these are going to look like. We have this, which looks like some sort of obviously Wi-Fi antenna, panel antenna. Whether this is going to be the step forward for the 5G, not the 5G, whether this is going to be the usage for the remote SIM, I don't know. I mean, this is just me purely speculating at this point. This is a completely new product that looks very interesting. So that's the lineup just there. So you can see the switches in the back. I'm guessing these will probably go up to 10 gig. I'm sure some of these will be lower spec'd. I'm just looking at the color of the lights and assuming that's what it's going to be. And that's the little panel antenna Wi-Fi. So I don't know if that's going to be your all-in-one Wi-Fi and 5G dish. I don't know if that's what that's going to look like, but yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting one. It is relatively, I say relatively, it is very well built. Those SIM card trays are going to be very useful for a lot of people. You can obviously remove the handles, which we'll take a look at in a second. And that is a big one for a lot of people. When you have 3 90-watt PoE plus ports, and it's only 3 pluses. I'm just messing around. You have 10 gig and 2.5 gig options there. So you have a lot of power. Now, for someone, I think someone mentioned in my comments that they wanted to possibly power an E7 from it. And yeah, that will power an E7 with no issues. So if you wanted something like this set up at home, probably not the ideal use case for it. I mean, can it work for a home environment? Absolutely. Is it an ideal use case for it? Probably not, but it still can be done. So yeah, so there's a lot going on with this one, and I can probably show you physically on this. Probably looks better on that screen than it does here, but let's go here. Hopefully you can see that a little bit more. So those are the ports that are kind of on there. So you have those ports, and like I said, it's really nicely finished. It's aluminium both sides, so it's definitely quite hard wearing. It's not going to break quite easily. And you have the antennas built in if that's what you want, or there's some other antennas that you can get with it. They're the SIM card slots and trays at the front just there, and then the handles come out if you want. So I have to try and remember which way to slide this up now. I think it's up. Yeah. So these handles come straight out, and if you have the rack panel, the rack mount, not the rack panel, you can just slide this straight in and get it rack mounted. So this is actually part of the rack mount. So this is half of it, and I have the other half the other side. So this is quite useful for having this. There's also a desktop mount that comes with it, I believe, as well. In the version I have, there is no desktop mount, but yeah, there is a desktop mount. I believe that comes with it. I need to check if that actually comes in the same box. And the power supply is 350 watts, so it's not a small amount. This is the other half of the rack mount. Let me just bring this side. So this is the other half of the rack mount that goes in. So this comes around the front and plugs in. So yeah, there's a decent amount going on with this. But yeah, if you are looking to get one of these, again, my second shameless plug of the night, I will pop a nice affiliate link down in the description. Yeah, feel free if you're looking to buy one. You can use the affiliate link. Let's have a little look. Where do we get to here? Right, where do we get to? I think we got to just here. The UCG industrial line looks very promising. Would love to see some RAL. Yes, Monty, correct. 3 times 8 terabytes, 4 times 10 terabytes. So what I was thinking is doing one drive at a time. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. Obviously, make sure your RAID is fully built before you change that over, because you might find yourself in a very sticky situation that you don't want to be in if something breaks halfway through. My G6 Pro turret sometimes shows a green screen for a few seconds and then disappears. The dead dry lawn appears to be somehow yellowish. Why is that? Never expected this for a £500 camera. I don't think I have seen anything around this. I think I've seen one post of a guy doing this, and I'm pretty sure he said, or she said, whoever it was, that it disappeared after the next update. But I've not seen this specifically. I would definitely raise this one with Ubiquiti. Get yourself a ticket logged. Go to accounts, or one of the two, account or accounts.ui.com. In fact, let me just check that for you. Let me get you the right link. Get that logged with them, because it's worth highlighting to them if there is an issue with the unit that you have itself, or actually with, yeah, it's accounts. No, it's account.ui.com. Yeah, it's account.ui.com, and then there's a live chat. Yeah, there's a live chat option that you can speak to someone about it then. I would definitely get that flagged with them, for sure. Excited for the industrial switches and the ENVR core. I'm not sure, not sure what the ENVR core is, or maybe I do. But yeah, anyway, it's not a product that's available at the moment, so we probably can't say too much about that one. Oh, I think I missed that one. Any any NDA videos coming next week? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, there's a few things. I guess I can't really say too much. There's a few things in the pipeline, but I don't have a dead release date for them. Could be tomorrow, could be 2 weeks, could be 4 weeks, could be 2 months. I just don't know. So yeah, I think it's just a patience game, unfortunately, at this point. The HDR settings threw my color off a bit when I disabled it. It went more a natural color. Yeah, so that's worth trying. The UCG Industrial looks very promising. Would love to see some real life tests of a Starlink or an Amazon Leo dishes directly attached to see how they perform. Yes, unfortunately, I don't have either of them. Well, the Amazon Leo is not. I don't think that's actually available yet. But I don't have a Starlink. But I'll see what I can do in terms of some performance testing to see how it gets on. Shame no M2 support. Yeah, I mean that would have been quite cool if they had some sort of M2 support. But I think for what this is, I mean, you're probably going to be deploying this in some remote sites that you're not really going to want to get to that often. So the less moving parts, probably the better. But yeah, it would have been a nice to have. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Have they released everything from UWC London last year? I'm trying to remember what there was. I would have to have a look back. I think most of it is. I think most of it has been released, I would say. But yeah, I can't remember exactly everything that was mentioned, but we'll be going there again in 2 months' time. Oh, that's come around quite quickly. So if you haven't already and you are interested in going, events.ui.com, you can have a little look. So UWC in London, 21st of April. Yeah, it was actually 2 months today. Interesting. Okay. I need to get my train tickets booked. So yeah, that's happening. Same location as last year, it was a really nice location, nice big venue. You get yourself some free swag, or if you're in Paris or if you're in Munich, they are going to be running those on the next days as well. So yeah, busy day for the Ubiquity guys for sure. The Miami has a lot to release. Yeah, I think there's still quite a few items pending from that UWC, but maybe we might see them coming very soon. Hey Cyberdog, good evening. How's it going? What time is it? Okay, we've got a bit of time. We have a bit of time. So that was the UCG Industrial. So if we just take a little look at the NAS comparisons between them, if I can get to the right website, integrations. So these are the 3 rack-mounted NAS units that are available at the moment. There is a UNAS 2. I guess we could add it in here, but I don't think. I mean, the UNAS 4 is not available yet, so we can't really say too much about that. The Pro and the NAS is the same price, so depending on what you're looking for, if you need the NVMe cache between them, you could have a look at those. That difference is, and you've got an extra 10 gig SFP plus. Both rack mounted. One takes 2 U's of space, one takes 1 U, and then there's just some power and stuff behind it. They all seem to have, apart from the UNAS 2, the same processor behind them. As you know, they don't. They have the same ARM Cortex A15 57, but the UNAS has a 1.7, which this one has a 2 gigahertz. So yeah, you can see they both have the same amount of RAM. There's no touchscreen on these new ones, obviously. So yeah, there's not a massive amount difference between them. I mean, you have in terms of these two, the big step up is obviously when you go to the 8, as we mentioned slightly earlier. You get the more redundant power supplies. You get the 2 gig SFPs where you get that 10 gig Ethernet. You get the rack mount. You get the 2 NVMe SSD supports, and then yeah, you've got the hard drive budgets in there as well. 16 gig of RAM. They have support for NFS and SMB, which I know a lot of people are going to turn around and say they want iSCSI, but yeah, I'm not quite sure when and if that is ever going to get released or when it's going to get released. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. I mean, we saw Drive 4.0 last week, which was a big improvement in terms of backup. So definitely making that push for that business space to make sure that yeah, they try and fill those gaps in those areas. My bank account really doesn't want anything. I think that's probably the case with a lot of people. They don't want anything new being released because they don't want to have to purchase anything else. But yeah, it's we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, so I don't know how much obviously I can say about this one, but yeah, it is in the early access area at the moment. I haven't played too much around with it yet, so I don't know what the big updates are, what any updates are within. But I'm sure since it's in early access, I'm sure no doubt we'll be probably seeing that sometime soon. Will there ever be support for Plex or Jellyfin? So you can't obviously run Plex or Jellyfin directly off the UNAS just because of the CPU power. And I think Ubiquiti have made it quite clear that they don't intend, at the moment anyway, from what they've said, they don't intend to, they want this as a pure storage unit. So maybe if you had something doing all the other groundwork for you, or the legwork, I should say, you could probably just use this as a storage unit. I think there are people that have already done that. But yeah, I'm not sure if they would ever release some support for something like this. I think I've done quite well there. I think I've caught up with all the questions, unless I'm missing something. Nope, I think I have caught up with all of them. In terms of videos this week, I don't know. I haven't really got anything fully lined up yet. I do have my rack rebuild that I've been working on. I hit a couple of issues with my rebuild where I was having some Wi-Fi issues, so that knocked me back a few days. But I don't know how many of you saw this last week. But yeah, I got myself. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Nope, I've gone too far. So that's the let me just see what you can see. So that was the old setup I had. So I did a little while ago. Oh, there we go. Where I had a 6U at the top and then I had 12U at the bottom. So that was a long time ago. And obviously, yeah, there's a lot that's happened since then in terms of changes. So we've taken, this looks a bit messy, but yeah, we've taken the rack out and then all the cables are dangling down. So I've had to extend some of the cables. Unfortunately, not ideal. But yeah, we have a nice 12U shiny Ubiquiti rack that's gone in there. So yeah, we're filling that bit out. What else? Where are the updated pictures? Where are we? Here. that is what we've got built out so far. So there's obviously a lot of cable work to be done still and tidying up. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as I got because yeah, I hit a bit of a Wi-Fi issue. So spent quite a long time than I wanted to try and get that resolved. But I think I've got there slowly but surely. I think I'm there now. Wondertech did a video using the drive storage using Jellyfin. Let's see if we can find it. I do love YouTube adverts. So this was, this was the one that he did over a year ago. So how to add Docker and Jellyfin functionality to a UNAS Pro. And then, he kind of, great. I literally just had an advert and you click and there's another advert. It kind of shows you how to do all. That's literally like 3 adverts, just clicking through the video. But anyway, you get the idea. He has a video out there, and you can go and check that out if you want to see how that works. Can you please tell me how long the rack rails supplied with the UNAS 4 are? What the minimum dimensions? I actually have no idea. But we can have a look. Technical. I don't think it actually says. Does it say? So dimensions, it's got a 400 millimeter depth. I don't think it actually says. Yeah, it doesn't actually say. It does show them there, but it doesn't say actually how long they are. I wonder if they're standard for all of the Ubiquiti devices. In that case, I can tell you it doesn't fit in the 12U rack, unfortunately. Is it there? No, it doesn't say. Let's have a little look. What else have we got here? So regarding your question, I also have an external Ugreen 6800 and a UNAS Pro 4 is sufficient for photos and small backups. Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends what you're going to be using it for. But yeah, for something like that, it's going to be ideal, really. Would powering the Switch Ultra with PoE+++ increase the PoE budget? I don't think it does with the Ultra. I know it does with the Flex, but I don't know if it does it with the Ultra. No, it doesn't. No. So PoE Plus is 16 watts, and then PoE Plus Plus is 42 watts. I don't think there is anything else on here to say whether PoE plus plus plus. No, it doesn't. You'd have to get the 210 watt adapter for you to be able to then get more than PoE plus plus. But I don't have too much more to talk about, so I will stick around for a few more minutes for some questions. If you have any more, feel free to pop them in the window. If not, I will. I can speak to you all next week at some point. Like I said, for videos, I'm not quite sure. I wanted to get my rack video finished, but I don't think it'll be finished before next weekend. I still have some tidying up to do in the rack. So, I don't think I will. Bear with me 1 second. I do love a bit of spam. Let's delete this. But yeah, I don't know what I have planned for this week. I will have a think about that. That sounds like a tomorrow problem at the moment. Not something I'm going to worry about just now. But if there is something specific video wise, just let me know. Drop me an email, drop me a message on my socials, whatever it might be. That's interesting. Sorry, net range. I've just seen your message. It does increase the budget to 80, but it doesn't say anything on their website about it, unless I've completely missed it. But hey, maybe Vassal, you can give that a go and let us know, because it's definitely the Flex. The Flex 2.5 definitely says PoE plus plus plus. But anyway, I think I will probably call it a day there. Enjoy the rest of your weekends or weeks, and I will surely speak to you all very soon.